Hello, all you beer bastards. As you can see, per the season, I have changed allegiances. Actually, no, wait, no, that's not right. Sports. Still Milwaukee, right? Or generally Wisconsin, whatever. But Brewers, hey, yay, baseball season starting. Or started. Yes, let's go with that. Anywho, we have another Ale Asylum beer today. Let's make sure I turn this can so you can see it, but it's a hard one to read. It is called Kraznak. It is a special stout. Yes, stout that they put out. Now, in all interest of the name and everything, I looked up what Kraznak meant, and I couldn't find anything save a World of Warcraft character. So if you don't care about that, don't look it up. If you do, cool, go nerds. But without any further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and crack this puppy open and see what happens. Bring this closer. What especially confused me on this, though, was the art. Specifically the fact that the character on here, I'll show the art real quick. The character on here looks like he's something straight out of a Picasso painting, while everything else on it looks reminiscently of Aztec art. But cool nonetheless. The nature of this, just by the can itself, is kind of throwing me off the bat here. Ooh, super dark brown. Very little head, like half a finger. Very tight carbonation, but it is heavily carbonated, that much is for sure. Just kind of judging by the lacing, yep, heavily carbonated. A fairly, solid brown color off the head. So chocolatey coffee. And yep, both of those on the nose. Heavy malt style, chocolate and coffee. Very clean though. So without further ado, yeah, lots of carbonation. Fairly light on the body. Definitely malt bittery. Don't get much in terms of hops. But yeah, a real nice smooth mixture of the bitter coffee and bitter chocolate together with like just a hint of sweetness from the malts. It also has a fairly boozy, like kind of underlying aftertaste to it. It does have 7% ABV. And the head, as you can see, is after drinking it is not retaining very well, but that's to be expected as I only had a half finger. But now let's check out the lacing a little bit more. Yeah, you can see from the lacing, lots of carbonation goes right back into the beer very quickly. All in all, being said, with a nice balance of coffee and chocolate, with the underlying malt sweetness, a little bit of boozy taste, works great with each other. Little lighter body on a stout, closer to a porter. So that's almost what I would classify this. It would be more of a porter than a stout. That's kind of what's getting me confused here, is based off some of the aromas I got, yes, I can see it being a stout, but based on the mouthfeel and the flavors, yes, it has those heavy more bitter flavors of a stout, but the characteristics overall, I feel, are more consistent to that of a porter. Now, they probably brewed it in such a way that it could be classified as a stout, but I would say it's closer to a porter in my opinion. So, unfortunately, that's going to have to docket some points there for me, but don't let that take away from the taste or the flavor or anything. I'm still going to go ahead and rate this a 7, mostly because, as I said, stout versus porter, it's got good flavors, but I don't feel like there's anything like unique about this. It's got what it has to have in there, and especially at the price point of it being, $12 for a 6-pack of 12-ounce cans, I really don't see where this stands out. But it's still a solid beer. Don't let that stop you from enjoying this. If you're, an Ale Asylum fanatic, I mean, hell, go for it. I'm glad I purchased this at least once to get the taste of it. And yeah, not what I expected, but it's still good. But everything just kind of like built me up to it and then just kind of dropped me off the cliff a little bit. Stay thirsty, bastards.